Hello fellow captains and welcome to the channel. My name is Phoenix and today we are reviewing the winter event ship, the Fek'Ihri S'Torr Warship. Because this is a winter event ship, there is going to be no stats displayed on the screen. However, getting into the stats, for Bridge Officer you have a Commander Tactical, an Ensign Tactical, a Lieutenant Engineering, a Lieutenant Commander Science, and a Lieutenant Commander Universal / Pilot. For consoles, you have 5 Tactical, 3 Engineering, and 3 Science. You have 4 weapons in the front and 4 in the aft, a base hull of 49,500, hull modifier of 1.1, shield modifier of 0.9, base turn rate of 16, 2 device slots, inertia rating of 60, impulse modifier of 0.2. For bonus stuff, you get plus 50 to weapon power and plus 5 to engine power. It can load cannons and it comes with the universal console chain of fires. And Admiralty stats are 30 engineering, 63 tac, and 33 science. For customization options here, starting with the interior, you only get this bridge, which is absolutely terrible. For windows, you have type 1 and 2. That's it. For the material, you have 1 through 3. You can choose whatever colors you like. And you can choose to have sails or no sails on this thing, so it's a little more mainstream like that. And then you can change whatever pattern that you like with the standard pattern options. Alright, before I go on my loadout, here I'm going to go over the mastery. So at tier 1, you get precise weapon systems for plus 5 accuracy rating. At tier 2, you get enhanced weapon banks, which gives you plus 15% critical severity. At tier 3, you get devastating weaponry, which gives you plus 2.5% critical chance. At tier 4, you get the enhanced weapon system, which gives you plus 10% kinetic and energy damage. And for tier 5, you get the Maw of Gre'thor, which gives you, while at full throttle to foes behind you, 4,685.3 fire damage and 1,004 fire damage every 1 second for 10 seconds. Now this is based off of some other abilities that you have or skill abilities, so that those damage numbers will increase or decrease depending on what you have. Okay, so for my 4 weapons here, I have 1 advanced piezo polaron beam array and 2 other piezo polaron beam arrays. The advanced piezo photon torpedo. I have for my deflector, impulse, warp, and shield the Kabali set. For my aft weapon, I have the piezo polaron beam array, kinetic cutting beam, omnidirectional polaron beam array, and advanced inhibiting polaron omnidirectional beam array. For device, I have the subspace field modulation, temporal negotiator, and red matter capacitor. For my engineering consoles, I have the hydrodynamics compensator, regenerative integrity field. For my science consoles, I have the piezoelectric focuser, the ordnance accelerator, chronoton drive actuator. For tactical consoles, sustained radiant field, simulated module, 0-point energy conduit, and 2 vulnerability locators with the Polaron proc. Now here is the universal console, the chains of fire. So what it gives you is plus 28.5% fire damage, plus 25 starship impulse expertise, and plus 25 starship control expertise. When the ability is activated, it pulls and damages nearby foes to 6 nearby foes, 6,693.3 fire damage, which ignores shields, for 10 seconds. Pulls affected foes towards you, 334.7 fire damage, ignores shields, times 2 per second, 2-minute recharge. Here's a look at my skills, mostly engineering and science with a bit of tactical backing. For specializations, I have Command Officer and Miracle Worker. For my space traits, I have Imposing Presence, Molecular Defense Specialist, Elusive, Particle Defense Specialist, Grace Under Fire, Shield Technician, Impact Defense Specialist, Techie, and Shield Frequency Analyst. For my starship traits, I have History Will Remember, adaptive hull plating, reactive reconstruction, and the Maw of Gre'thor, which I've already gone over. For my space reputations, I have energy refrequencer, magnifying firepower, strengthened shields, and automated protomatter conduits. For my bridge officer stations, I have for my commander tactical team 1, torpedo spread 2, fire at will 3, attack pattern delta 3. For my ensign tactical, I have chemo lace weaponry. For my lieutenant engineering, I have engineering team 1 and auxiliary power to the inertial dampeners 1. For my lieutenant commander science, I have tachyon beam 1, jam targeting sensors 2, photonic shockwave 1. And for the lieutenant commander universal / pilot, I threw another engineering for emergency power shields 1, directed energy modulation 1, and emergency power to weapons 3. Alright, here we go. Shields went pretty quick, but that's okay. I am pretty beefy, even in this ship. We're just quickly taking out the last of the sphere here. There we go. Alright. I love the fire spewing out of this thing. Some of these abilities are just not clicking properly. Ugh. I have no idea what the heck's going on right now. There's just like a mass of things going on here. Oh, took down the transformer before we finished the generator. Wow, that's interesting. I've never seen that before. Looks like someone's going to do some healing, which is awesome. So I'm going to activate the Gre'thor. I don't see it really pulling enemies. I don't know if this ability is actually working or not. Although, the way that some of these enemies disappeared, it looked like they were just like they vaporized or something. Yeah, let's not attack the gateway. Looks like people are just going after the transformer, really. Whoa. Oh, someone called in the beacon of Kalis. Let's see here. Let's get some shields up. There we go. Oh, wow. I haven't even gotten that down. And they just... Oh, no. Okay, the transformer's not down yet. Oh, come on. Get up. Get up. Here we go. Okay, we got the transformer down real quick just before all these baddies decide to show up. Just get some extra protection when it comes to damage. Now, I know I'm not doing the best damage, but that's okay. This character is a tank. So, and even in a warship like this, it's more like an escort type ship. Oops, that was an accident. You know, it's always nice to have like a tank fly in. You know, a escort type ship. Just kind of gives you a nice round balance of speed and whatnot. I'm going to do the chain of fire. So I don't know if it's actually doing any fire damage. It probably is. But I'm just not seeing, like, I don't see a visible special effects. Now, I'm not sure if I would actually use this console myself, but you know, if you were happen to build like a fire build or a fire damage type build, it might be worth it. Ooh, oh, look at that damage, and then the recovery on that one. That was pretty cool. Alrighty. I will admit that I haven't spent a lot of time with this ship, but the small time that I have worked with this ship, I find it pretty sturdy, pretty maneuverable, and one thing I really enjoy is just the flame shooting out of it when you're at full impulse. To me, that's awesome. I call this my little hot rod in space. Because if you think about, like, you know, the old hot rods that when they, you know, revved up the engine, the flames came out of the engine bay or whatever. But you know, it's pretty good. Now I was using this on my engineering character, who is quite literally a tank. So the only reason why she's flying this ship is because she's the one that worked on it. Worked towards this, and I could probably feel Hassel kind of gritting his teeth, saying that this is a Klingon ship. I should using a Klingon character instead. But you know, regardless of what kind of character you use, I think this ship is pretty well balanced when it comes to the bridge officer seating. The universal console, the chains of fire, I think would probably be very well for a science type build, because it's a lot of exotic damage, and most science characters use exotic damage. So I think this ship may work for that kind of build. But other than that, I think it's a nice ship. I certainly enjoy the aesthetics of it. There's some things, the little fins here on the side here, I'm not particularly fond of, but you know, it's still pretty cool. And the fact that there is some customization to the ship where you can take these fins off is kind of nice. But like I said, I'm enjoying the flames in space here. That's pretty cool. So, but yeah, I think it was worth the work, and in running the winter event and getting this ship. I think it's decent, and I may use this on some other characters. Well, that is going to conclude today's video, and as always, I'd love to hear from you. Do you guys have this ship? If not, let me know why or why not. What do you like about this ship? Let me know your answers and any questions you have down in the comment section below, and I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Live long and prosper, and as always, I'll see you out there.